Now you can do that.
Okay. Good morning. Feng Shui Friday with Anita and Cheryl.
Woo! And you know what?
Okay.
It's the September 1st, landing on a Friday for the first Friday of the month, which means
we do oracle card readings the first Friday of the month. And I think this is the first time that we've had the first day of the month land on our first Friday of the month.
How many times in the sentence can you say the word first? And we get our cards, our oracle cards, from Tara Catherine Collins and her Feng Shui Personal Paradise card deck. Yay! Woohoo!
Good morning, Kathy. Come on in, everybody.
Exactly.
Good morning. And we wear these glasses because we like to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reminder to look at your environment energetically.
Exactly.
To
and
see what's going on.
Did we say who we were? Did we say we were all in alignment?
I said we were Anita and Cheryl.
Okay. Well, company-wise, we're all in alignment. Read that sound.
All in alignment.
Creating sacred spaces. So thank you for joining us. If you're joining us live, and cheers. Yes, I've got mine right here. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you for joining us live. Hashtag replay if that's what you're doing, and or on YouTube. Yay. So because it is the first Friday of the month and we do oracle card readings, we usually have a lineup of people that are interested in and what's happening on that Facebook world.
Well, you know, there's nobody that's put their hand up yet. So
we can do for general.
It could be that it's a long weekend. It's the Labor Day weekend in Canada. I'm not sure if the US has a holiday or not, but we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Labor Day.
Well, I've had two cards come out, so.
Interesting fun fact about Labor Day. It started many, many moons ago because, you know, farmers, right, in the rural communities were in the middle of getting their crops off, and they didn't want to send their, you know, teenage boys and girls to school because they still needed their help to, you know, get the harvest. And so hence Labor Day weekend was born. So they would have an extra day to help out in the field. Kathy put her hand up. There we go.
Perfect.
Okay.
There goes another one. All right.
So you can do one for Kathy and I'll just do a collective one. How's that?
Collective one. Okay.
Because we know the collective is
always
we're all connected in the quantum field, and that's all good.
That is good. And this is episode 129. So 3 of 12 is 3. It's a 3-day.
A 3-day catalyst. Well,
we'll see if it's a catalyst or not, but all right. So I'm going to step aside then for a second.
Okay, and I'm going to talk about
whatever you're going to talk about for a minute.
I'm going to shuffle the cards and see what flies out for the collective. So, yeah. What is it that we all need to know today collectively in our environment to shift our energy? Oh, there they go. There they go, flying out. Okay, let's see what we got. We got 1. We got 2. We got down here 3. Okay, 3 cards flew out of the deck. Collective reading for all of us. So we have number 17, the Foyer. Number 13, Affirmational Belongings. And number 24, the Stove. Ooh. So all of these cards, you know, really point to that gratitude, the abundance, all of those things that are happening in all of our lives. And when I look at the Foyer card, I know we talked about this a couple of weeks back, how it had kept coming up when we were at our Indigenous community. And again, that Foyer is a reminder. It's the mouth of Chi. It's bringing in that good energy into your home. And so as we're getting ready for this transitional September, quite often I look at September as like my new year. It's a new beginning. It's like January 1st in a way. It's time that, you know what, we put away the summer stuff, the harvest has been brought in, and we can look at that Foyer and say, okay, how are we going to transition the entrance to our home and that welcoming in that Chi for this new season? And so it might be that, again, we have to look energetically through our Feng Shui eyes and see if there's anything that's in disrepair that is reflecting back something that maybe is not so pleasant. And it's an opportunity to shift and change and add something new, right? So that's kind of the Foyer. And again, we can do that in our affirmational belongings. So it's those things that we surround ourselves with that are affirming and reaffirming or holding on to a specific idea, thought, belief, pattern, etc. I know one of our vendors for our upcoming Power of an Unstoppable Woman's conference, she has these amazing little boxes that she's put together for making an abundance bowl. And you can put the abundance bowl in the Foyer of your home. And again, it's anchoring and reaffirming your intention. So by creating a blessing bowl, an abundance bowl, and putting it at the front entrance of your home, what you're doing is you're setting the intention to invite that energy to come into your home, so that every time somebody passes by that area, or somebody, you know, is new coming into your home, they are seeing that beautiful collection of energetic crystals. And of course, those crystals are vibrating a certain, you know, specific frequency outwards. So that is something that we can, you know, use the affirmational belongings, and we can do it intentionally at our front entrance. Then we have the stove card.
Maybe just add,
right?
before you move on, that often that mat at your front entrance, at your foyer, is an intentional, is an affirmation. What does it say? Is it welcome?
Yeah, welcome.
Is it hello, or is it back off?
Yeah. Or does it say leave your muddy boots outside the door, or
what does
something?
It say?
Right. Great point, because 100% that's an affirmational belonging. Then we have the stove, which in Feng Shui, the stove is considered the anchoring point of the family's wealth and prosperity in the home. And there are some Feng Shui practices, and you can certainly do this if you feel that, you know, it resonates with you, where they go and they turn on all the burners of the stove at the same time, just to get that energy moving and flowing. Don't put any pots on it, just turn all the burners on at the same time, just to circulate that energy. And the reason why the stove is considered to anchor the abundance or prosperity for the family in the home is because of its fire energy and its ability to transform the energy. So when we put a pot on the stove and we cook our carrots from the garden, you know, it has the ability to transform that energy. And again, then that nourishes our bodies, which is our foyer, right? This is our foyer of our home body, our physical body. So, I mean, those all just tie in beautifully, right? So again, it's about, I really think it's about putting on your feng shui eyes and being intentional with how you welcome the energy into your home with those affirmational belongings so that the chi, that life force energy can flow in and around and nourish all of the occupants of the home, and then they in turn will flourish. Yeah. Okay. That's what I got.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, no coincidence as ever, because the first card that came out for Kathy is the number 24 stove.
Oh,
That which you
okay.
just spoke of. The second card was number 23 kitchen. Again, that circulation, the area where much of the family typically will gather. Yes. The other card that came up was the number 16 card, symbols of welcome. So isn't this interesting that what has come up for the Kathy is the same that has come up or similar for the collective that has already been addressed? There's some slight variances, and we want to talk about the kitchen and what is the welcome in the kitchen. When you come in from multiple directions, what are the first things that you see entering into your kitchen, Kathy? Look at them. Are they a welcome symbol to you? How do you feel about them? What are they saying to you? What are they reinforcing? What are they reiterating? This is what we wanted to talk about. We're also feeling the energy is very chaotic at this moment, spinning in clockwise direction, yes, but spinning. Are you spinning your tires? Are you spinning your wheels, metaphorically speaking, trying to redo the same thing? Take a step back. Slow down and reassess where your attention is going. Again, about the stove, what the Anita did not mention that we are going to mention is the condition of the stove. She did talk about the foyer and understand if the stove is considered the abundance area of the home, what condition is the stove and the oven in? When you open up the oven door, what are you welcomed with? What is the symbol of welcome? Is it or is it bright, sparkling, clean, inviting you in, or inviting what it is you want to cook, roast, bake, whatever the terminology you use? Is it inviting it in? Are you invited to utilize the stove? So let us take a step back, and this would include everyone watching now live and in the future. When you consider your kitchen, the 23 card, which is a 5 in and of itself. And what is the 5 a reflection of, Anita? Change. We are in this change of season. So what direction are you coming into your kitchen area from? Many homes, it is a very open area. So consider this. What are you being welcomed with? What is that symbol of welcome when you enter into your kitchen? What is the direction it is facing? Is it telling you to come into the kitchen, or is it directing you to another space? Simple little tweaks. Simple little tweaks, when you become observant of them, can change a lot of the energy and the way it is flowing, and it can slow that energy down so you enjoy your time in the kitchen a little bit more. We hope this has been helpful. Namaste.
Thank you. And I would like to also add, Kathy, for you, that, these 3 cards that came up for you might be very symbolic and related to your health or the health of someone in your home. And again, it might be that reminder that you need to use your stove and your kitchen to create that food that is going to nourish the body. So it's, I think it's a reminder about those healthy choices that you're choosing in whatever you're cooking as well, because that is, again, very symbolic because we know that this inner world is, reflecting out in the outer world and vice versa. So, what is behind those cupboard doors in the kitchen? Maybe it's time to take out those products that we're used to cooking with that have a lot of sugar in them, or MSG, or, whatever kind of food sensitivities. I know a lot of people are having sensitivities for wheat and, different grains. So it could be that that's just a reminder again to energetically look through there and just see what is being anchored and reaffirmed in the way of those items that are there to nourish, right? And of course, here we have again the change of seasons, and quite often people will do a fall cleaning, right?
Yeah.
And that's a great way to shift the energy. Look in your kitchen. Robin just said, hey, she was cleaning out cupboards yesterday. Aha. Right? And so it's just that opportunity, because I really do feel the energy of September always feels more like a new year, a new opportunity. We can, because we're getting ready to hunker down and go into a little bit of a resting period. So in order to do that comfortably, we have to have all of these other things in place. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, Anita, I had jotted down the numbers of your cards total 9. Is that what you got? The numbers of Kathy's cards are a 5, a 6, and a 7, total 9. So ending of a cycle. But if we look at that, yours total 9, Kathy's total 9, together they total 18, which is a 9. So we actually have a triple digit 9.
Well, and you know what? And here we are, the 9th month, right?
9th month.
So again, it's that completion, that end of the season. And then what are we preparing for next?
Right.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I've grabbed the double digitology book, and I want to read a little bit about the 999, because to me, that is the representation of today, the cards for today, and really the energy for today. Like my head is just spinning. The 999 adds up to a 27, which also adds up to a 9.
Well, that's because the number 9, you can multiply it by any number, and the sum of those numbers will always add up to a 9.
Yep.
So you can go 9 times 5,622, and whatever that comes up to, and you add those individual numbers, it will always come back to a 9.
Exactly. So what this says, the next sentence, no matter what way you look at the 9, you are facing an ending of a cycle and beginning anew. It's just that simple. A new season, a new way of eating, a new way of health, a new way of being. You're creating a new, you're ending one and starting a new. And we just had the second full moon of August. So you're still in that full moon energy of releasing. So quite frankly, today is the perfect opportunity to look at your kitchen from all angles. That's what I got when I saw the symbol of welcome and all these entrances going into people's kitchens. It was like, what symbols, what's the welcome, what needs to be looked at from a different perspective, which is what we're teaching on this. That's the whole point of this. Like you said before, the glasses is to look at your energy, look at your space, creating that sacred space. That's what we're stepping into ultimately. But that starts with looking at it from a different perspective.
Yes, and I'm just thinking about my kitchen here now, personally. And recently, I removed the toaster from the counter. My husband likes to have the toaster on the counter. I do not. And so he's away working. So I got to take the toaster and put it underneath in the cupboard. And so again, sometimes just clearing one item off the counter can shift the energy. And it actually, you know, there's more space there. So then it's more inviting and welcoming you into prepare a meal, which even though I'm currently, you know, alone this week, I prepared a meal last night, like an actual
meal, no
a
pizza,
real meal. Yeah. So again, maybe just that shifting of energy, right? It was inviting me into the kitchen. Of course, you know, I have enough leftover food now to feed myself for a few days. That's the problem when you're cooking for one person. But anyways,
it's a little bit of a challenge, but it's interesting, right? And it steps, it stages, like Kathy's cards. The 23 is a 5, the 24 is a 6, and the 16 is a 7. So it's like, here's these stages, 5, 6, 7 steps to follow, right? Progressive steps. And honestly, I think both of these were for everybody. These were both of these readings were collective, specific to Kathy. If she, you know, if it resonates with us or with you, by all means, let us know. We love hearing if it resonates or doesn't resonate.
She does. She says, very good. Can't make this stuff up. Focused on wellness, prosperity, and well-being. I love it.
Yeah.
I love those all together because it's all connected, right?
It's all connected.
It's so all connected.
And you know, I was at your house yesterday, Anita, and from where I was sitting, right, is one direction into your kitchen. When we came out, we stood on the patio and we came back into the house, another direction. So I think of coming from my office into our kitchen, what's the first thing I see is a fan, because during the summer when it was hot, we would blow the air in. I can look at the forecast. I'm probably not going to need that fan. It can come off of the island, right? And it's definitely a directional. When they were talking about what direction is the item facing, which way is it taking you, right? Well, this fan is a swivel fan to move the air. That was the intention behind it. But right now it's just stagnant. It's still.
Right.
So now it's talking something different.
Right. And was it moving the energy away from your kitchen, right? And again, think about what's been showing up for you in your kitchen. Has your kitchen been inviting you in to cook and make a nourishing meal? Or has
it's been too hot.
Right? Yeah. Or has the fan been kind of pushing the energy away and saying, nah, don't come in here.
Yep. Don't turn on the stove is what it's been saying.
Yeah.
Right. Because that's that additional heat. So it's amazing how we do things and unintentionally and intentionally at the same time. But looking at it, I mean, it might have worked for the last week when it was 35. Heck yeah, I was not, like, we intentionally on Sunday prepared a lot of meals for the week so that there was no stove being turned on. And yesterday we got the rain. It's cooled the temperature in the house off. Now the fan sitting there is just stagnant. So take the fan off, wipe things down, right? So it's that shift. It's a shift in perspective, a shift in the energy.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Yeah. And again, we can embrace this ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new by, again, just spending that 20 minutes. 20 minutes a day is all it takes to just say, okay, you know what? I'm going to spend 20 minutes outside my entrance today and make sure that I'm welcoming in the chi. I'm going to spend 20 minutes tomorrow in my foyer, making sure that maybe some of the summer jackets are put away in the winter or whatever, right? Again, just preparing for that change of season, whether it's in your decor and your possessions, and then looking at those things like your fan that say, what is it saying to me? What is it affirming? Because all of our possessions are anchoring and affirming a specific thought, idea, belief, yada, yada, yada.
Exactly. I love it. I love it.
Yep.
This has been a really great conversation. And the cards, like you said, Kathy, in the Facebook line, you can't make this up. Like, you can't make it up. Are there any questions in there that we need to address, Anita?
No questions, but some great comments.
Awesome.
Connie says, clean up your kitchen immediately, and then it's ready to prepare another great meal. And then she says, follow me for single meal preparation. It's been 21 years of practice. That sounds like a book, actually.
Yeah, it is. Too fun. So the reason
I think there could be some single people out there that would love some tips on how to cook healthy for a single person. Okay.
And it can be situation single, like you said right now, Anita, your husband's away working. So you're changing your cooking style from when he's at home, right? We're constantly in change. We're constantly in change. The fact that this is the 9th month, right? That we're in September, it's September 1st today. That full moon energy is coming to an end. It is that perfect releasing time. So what's going on in the kitchen, in the stove? I actually have to go look at my stove. That's what I'm like saying. This came up twice, the stove card. So I think that's the first step for all of us after this is to go look at our stove.
Yeah, go look. Does it need to be cleaning?
Exactly.
Turn all the burners on. And again, that back to the 20 minute thing, right? Our tip. 20 is plenty. I mean, pull the stove out and wipe behind there. There's probably some dead flies and crumbs.
Yeah, I don't know a house that doesn't have that happening in it. Love it. Cool. Any other comments we need to address before we wrap up for today?
No.
Well, we have to say we have moved. A lot has shifted in our event. We are finalized now with all of our guests. So excited. We had a new sponsor come on board this week, actually 2. One is Christine Swift of Swift Insurance. Thank you, Christine. She is stepped forward to sponsor our centerpieces on the tables. And then Bluegrass Nursery Sod and Garden Center is doing this stage for us. So we are so excited because, oh my gosh, things are moving forward.
Yes, they are. And I put the link in there so you can go check out the some of the new speakers. If you checked it out last week, it changed. So go check it out again. And if you haven't got your VIP ticket yet, I just have to say, we don't have a whole lot of VIP tickets left. And what's the advantage of purchasing a VIP ticket, Cheryl?
Well, the VIP tickets, there's several things. So it includes both days, includes your lunch both days. It includes Saturday evenings, Awaken the Divine Feminine Energy event that is with Tara Hardy, who was our guest last week, and David T. Gross. It is going to be spectacular all on its own. So it includes those tickets, or that ticket for that. And it includes a swag bag. Now, we have had a sponsor come on board to help us with the swag bags. So It is growing in its contents, and that sponsor is Silver Cove. So they have a massive crystal shop here in Red Deer. So I'm super excited about that.
My sister-in-law Donna is joining us, and you say that word Silver Cove, and I mean she could work there for free. She loves the stones and rocks so much. So yeah, Silver Cove is going to be contributing to our swag bag.
Yeah. Yay.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, things are shifting and things are growing and expanding, and we're moving forward because this event. Well, we're after the top of the hour, so we'll have to save that one for next week. But do we have anything to tell them about next week?
Oh, next week, as you know, we want to feature some of our presenters and vendors for our women's conference. And so next week we have, should we tell them or surprise them?
Well, we're going to surprise them. We have to pre-record it because it's going to be a very cool week, right? Next Friday is super special because Anita and I are participating in a charity golf tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're taking the day off to play,
we
to
are,
have some fun.
And, yes, but we'll come live from the golf tournament as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I think they just need to know it's going to be super special. It will be pre-recorded. It's one of our speakers. And oh my gosh, you don't want to miss it. And then we will also come live from the golf tournament as well.
Right. Yes.
So, yay.
Okay.
Have a fabulous week. Parting words, my friend.
Happy Labor Day weekend. And it doesn't mean that you have to labor all weekend. It means that plenty. You can.
Plenty is plenty.
It means you can have some fun, right? Yeah.
Perfect.
Let's labor today so we can enjoy the weekend.
Let's have fun today, and we'll continue that over the weekend. I like
okay.
that.
Sounds good. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next week.